You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends, the Goldbergs, are here. Yes, it's the Does program. Does, you know, is the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. Now let's visit the Does'em family. Well, there's Pa sitting in the living room reading. Uh-oh, here comes Unky Does'em, all excited. He's telling Pa...
Pa, the darndest thing happened. Does just won a rummy game for me. Oh, shucks, the telephone.
Hush, Unky. Hello? Oh, Mrs. Reed. No, Ma's not home. What? Oh, I can tell you about Does. Ma's always talking about it.
Tell her Does helped me win a rummy game.
Don't be silly. No, Mrs. Reed, I meant Unky. Like Ma'd tell you, Does is a new kind of soap.
It won a rummy game.
Quiet. Not you, Mrs. Reed. Yes. Ma says does everything in the wash. Work shirts, towels, to those fancy rayon doodads.
Hello, Mrs. Reed.
That's Unky. What? Your husband gets his work shirts terribly dirty? Well, Ma says no soap gets mine clean easier than Does. There's no hard scrubbing. She says you don't even need a bar soap anymore. Because Does the job all by itself.
It wins rummy games.
What, Mrs. Rummy? I mean, Mrs. Reed. Towels? Well, Does gets our towels white's a cloud. Ma says she's never seen whiter washes.
Tell her about
what?
the time.
Sure. Even with all that cleaning power, Does is really safer for the nice colors you wash. Oh, fine, Mrs. Reed. Goodbye. Now, Unky, what's eating you?
Listen, I was playing rummy with a widder down the street. Suddenly I says, you ever use Does? It does everything in the wash. She was so flabbergasted, she played the wrong card, and I won.
Well, I'll be doggone. Does sure does everything.
Well, almost everything, Pa. You see, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life for colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for the dirtiest clothes. So let Does, D-U-Z, do everything in your wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, Rosie has a secret. While the Goldberg house bubbles with happiness as Molly and Jake discover whatever they can of the beauty and charm of their new daughter-in-law, while Molly's heart explodes momentarily with happiness, Rosie watches her sister-in-law and thinks of someone else. George, the farmhand on the neighboring farm who comes from the same town as Grace, but who claims he doesn't know her. And yet a neighbor told Rosie that she saw George on the same train with Grace, and that he got off a stop before Lastenbury. Now, Rosie wonders what can be wrong there. What may be wrong. Listen.
Who's taking up towels to Grace?
I am.
Who's taking up soap? I did, Ma.
So much excitement.
Uncle David.
So much excitement.
Uncle David, I have to talk to somebody.
What's the matter, Rosie?
Uncle David, I have to tell you something.
Mother! Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Oh, she called me mother. David, Rosalie, did you hear it? She called me mother.
Dad!
Yes!
She's calling Papa Dad. Oh,
David, she called me Dad.
oh, and she called me mother.
Coming.
Coming. Jake, darling, sweetheart. When was we ever happier?
Never.
Coming, darling. Jake, sweetheart. Oh, coming, Gracie.
Uncle David.
What's the matter? She doesn't know she's got an uncle. Grace, you have an uncle.
Uncle David,
All of a sudden, uncles and nothings. Yeah, I'm your Uncle David, Grace.
Uncle David, please.
What's the matter, Rosie?
You have to promise me that you won't say anything, not until I'm absolutely sure.
What happened?
It's just that on the train.
You was in the train.
No,
I
but...
will, dear. I will, dear. Oh, Rosalie, look. David, look. Samuel's picture with his uniform.
Yeah, let me see.
Look,
We have that picture, Mom.
Yes, I know. This one we have. This one, the single one, the individualized one with Sammy alone. That was the snapshot we had, what Samuel sent us. But this one, look, David, look at this one. With Samuel and Grace together, took together. Hey, look.
What a couple.
What a couple.
What a couple.
Oh.
He's beautiful.
Beautiful.
And she's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Magnificent.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
She's got eyes,
Oh,
Molly.
eyes.
I like eyes.
Me too.
I don't care about nothing but
look,
eyes.
David, look.
What, darling?
What?
Some pipe.
Yeah, a present.
A gift from my daughter-in-law.
Oh, Jake, darling. Jake, did you see how she hung herself up? Everything, Rosalie. Every dress, every coat, neat like a pin. David, just what I like, neat.
I like also neat.
Clean.
I like also clean.
Did you saw how every shoe had a tree?
Every shoe has a tree.
Coming, my child.
Daddy's coming!
You have an uncle.
Uncle David.
Rosie, what are you worrying?
I don't know, Uncle David, but Jenny was on the train.
All
and
right, dear.
Shh.
All right, I will. David, dear. David, you should see a dress. You should see a dress she made for herself with her own hands. With her own hands, she made the dress, David. It was like with a princess style.
She did it by herself.
Handmade, David, darling.
Handmade.
Every stitch handmade. Rosalie, with a princess style. In with the tucks. And the tucks, each tuck, David. Do I know how to make a dress? Do I know dressmaking?
She did it by herself. All by her lonesome
Handmade,
self.
every stitch, the skirt with pleats. And in the shoulders, you can make like that to a dressmaker. High, the shoulders, but the pleats.
Molly.
Yes, darling.
Molly, did you see that dress?
Oh, I'm asking you, Jim.
Absolutely professional work. Because when it comes to dresses, I can talk with authority. I was in the dress business myself long enough.
Oh, Jake, darling. Jake, you love her, huh, Jake?
What do you mean, love her? She's a girl with qualifications.
Qualifications. Oh,
Coming.
Coming.
No, Rosalie, so tell me.
Jenny was on the same train that Grace was on, Uncle David. And well, when I was at the station...
Uncle David!
Oh, she called me Uncle David.
Uncle David! Uncle David, I have something for you.
For me, huh?
David, look.
Me?
David, they look bedroom slippers, hand crocheted.
And for you, Rosie.
A sweater, Rosalie.
Thank you, Grace.
You're welcome.
Thank you, too.
You're welcome, Uncle David. I got your exact measurements from Sammy, Rosie.
You did enough already, Grace, darling. You did enough already. We were going to sit down the table soon. We're going to eat. You must be hungry.
Oh, I couldn't eat now. I'm too excited.
Jake, darling, go down to the cellar and take a pitcher and bring up some cider.
No sooner spoke than did.
And Grace, dear, my child, you'll excuse me. I'm just going to throw an eye into my supper, and then we'll sit down the table. Excuse
Why
me.
can't I help?
Please, darling, you're tired. You're tired. You did enough for one day. Sit and rest yourself. Rosalie, darling, come with me. I want you to spill everybody, huh?
All right, Mom.
Come, dear, excuse me.
Yes, sure. Sit down, my dear niece. Why don't you sit down? Your Uncle David is asking you to sit down.
Oh, I just can't sit still. There's so much to see, so much to feel. This is the house my Sammy lived in. These are all the things he lived with. He sat in that chair. He read a book there. He hung his coat up on those hangers. He looked out of those windows. I seem to feel that his eyes changed them in some way, and that they're different for me than they are for you.
What, Grace?
I was just trying to imagine Sammy here with me. Sammy showing me all the things he loved here. I was thinking how wonderful it would have been to have learned this house through his eyes.
I have this.
I'm trying to make myself feel that I can learn what Sammy felt about every single thing here by looking at it, by hoping that it will talk to me the way it did to him. I know there's a broken step on the stairs, fourth from the top. I know you can take the knob off his bed, and there's a little hole there where he used to keep poems he wrote. I know there's an apple tree by the pond that was once struck by lightning, and that if you sit on a big gray stone to the right of it, the shape of the tree looks like an old man bowed down with age. Oh, I know a million things about this house. You don't mind if I just walk through the house?
No, Grace.
Thank you.
No, David. Is that sweet? Is that a child? Rosalie. Rosalie, you have a sister. Oh, Jake, she sings.
Molly, Molly, we are blessed.
Oh. Make me love you. The drop of the hat. The that. Them to the side.
With a wrist on the twist. With your lips on the twist.
Uncle David, I must...
With a twist of the wrist.
Uncle David. Uncle David.
And Rosie still holds the secret in her heart. The fact that George was on the train with Grace. But Grace sounds so sincere. She seems so much a part of Sammy's life that, well, Rosie just can't believe what she should believe. What we know, that Grace does have a definite connection with George and with some other past. You know, it means a lot to me being here with the Goldbergs every day. Their story is so true to life. I get a lot of laughs from our friends, the Dozen family, too. Take Unky Dozen. Oh, he's sure a card. You know, he tried doing the family washing yesterday, and, well, here's how he explains it.
This is what I did. I put a box of Does in the washing machine and started it up, and nothing happened. Good gosh, I forgot to open the box.
Well, Unky, you do have to open the box before this new kind of soap can do its stuff, but give Does a chance and it'll do everything in the wash, from the dirtiest work clothes and towels to pretty rayon slips. You know, it's really terrific what Does does. Why, it's the only leading wash day soap that combines so much safety for colors along with so much cleaning power for tough dirt and unsurpassed whiteness. So next wash day, remember Unky Does 'em. Open your box of Does first, and then let Does do everything in your wash. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs, written for you by Gertrude Berg. Rosie finds an ally and makes a test. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Doesums do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.